You guys did not see the journey back. I didn't tell you this. Things happened to the Phantom. So I was pushing it really hard. I lose reception on the phone. I can't get in contact with my girlfriend. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep going. And I was all the way down, past the Dragon, and I was gonna stop somewhere to eat. I finally got reception. I think it was in the Cherokee Reserve. I was still in North Carolina, deep in the mountains again. So then I called my girlfriend, and she says it's bad. She's crying, the cats weren't rescued yet. I'm far away, I got to get back to Pennsylvania, eastern Pennsylvania. And then about Roanoke, right outside Roanoke, I noticed truckers flashing their lights at me. It was dark by this time. And at first I thought, well, what if I'm leaking something, And I didn't smell anything, and I really didn't think I was leaking anything, Then it dawned on me, what if I have no lights back there? I said, well, I'll just drag the brake ever so lightly, just to switch on the switch for the brake light, because I knew my brake light worked. So I'm going, and I'm dragging my brake just a little slight, and I, you can't look back to see if it's on or not. I was doing this for miles, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. And, I figured, who could be on the road at 1 o'clock in the morning? But outside of Roanoke, it's a major city. There was a lot of people. Every time I thought I could rest up on the back brake, another car would come by, and I'm like, I can't do this. So I said to myself, the Pt.2, a truck stop would have those simple lights. It's only like a 1140 bulb. It's a very common bulb. It's very, they're not LEDs or nothing. I could just get a bulb real quick. I get off on an exit, and when I got off on an exit, I heard this hellacious noise. I'm telling you, I was terrified, people. I was terrified. I couldn't believe my ears. This noise it sounded like a rod coming through the engine. Like it was right below me. I'm like, this is like, I'm trying to figure out if it's clutch. It doesn't seem to be different when I squeeze in the clutch. I'm thinking of all these different things. I'm thinking maybe it's the transmission. And I heard the noise a little bit, only at slow speeds. When I was on the highway, it ran fine. It was only in like first gear and slow speeds that I heard this noise. This time it was bad. It sounded like something was definitely coming apart, people. I was terrified. The only way I could explain it was terror. I'm still in Virginia. It just seems like I've been in Virginia forever. And I got this bulb problem, this light problem, the tail light problem. And now I'm dealing with this noise. And I'm tired. I've been riding all day since like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 1 o'clock at night now. And I said, you know what? I gotta hang it up. I gotta retreat in the morning. I gotta regroup my thoughts, get as much sleep as I possibly can. You can imagine how trying to sleep, thinking about everything. So I regroup my thoughts. There's a hotel right behind me. I check into the hotel. Of course, the only room available is the presidential suite or whatever suite. I'm like, all right, whatever. I need a bed, right? Now I'm able to catch up in the hotel room. I'm able to catch up with all my thoughts. I'm able to catch up on all my messages from my girlfriend. I did know at that time that they found my tuxedo cat, Oswald. So I was happy about that. I said, wow, that's pretty cool, So I'm able to catch up my thoughts, but I couldn't call my girlfriend. She was out. Actually, she was out of reception. I couldn't call. I had no communication. I couldn't tell her what was going on. I do get some sleep. If you ever been through something like this, you know you don't really get sleep. My mind was still going, but I did sleep somehow. It was kind of like an unconscious sleep, if that makes any sense. So the next morning, I wake up, and I'm dreading the walk to the Phantom. Like, I'm dreading starting it up and hearing this noise again. I'm completely terrified to hear that noise. I don't know what it is. I don't really... And the night before, you know, when I was trying to sleep, I was trying to think of ways, if the Phantom is immobile, how am I going to get it back to Pennsylvania? I thought about a U-Haul truck, putting it in the back of a U-Haul truck. You know, that was an option. That's what I was thinking at the time. So I'm looking for U-Haul places in the area. I started up, and lo and behold, the noise is there. The taillight problem wasn't such a big deal to me in the daytime. I wasn't concerned. I said, you know what, I'll deal with that when I get home. The lights are the least of my problems. So I'm playing around, and I notice if I hold the tank with my knees, I can get it to stop. And I said, oh, I'm going to take the seat off. And when I took the seat off, lo and behold, it was the bolt that holds the tank on. It broke. A sound I'd never want to hear again in my entire life. So all I did was get some zip ties and zip tie it up, and it was great. It worked out, and I said I'll deal with it. I'll try to get the bolt out when I go home, when I'm home. And from there on, that day, I made it home. Finally got the whole story. Everything was okay, you know. And that day, I believe that the orange cat, Alani, was rescued. And it was a better day. I just wanted to, you know, that day was a day where I could just assess the carnage, the wreckage, if you will, not carnage, and piece together whatever we had left. But, as I said, the apartment complex wouldn't allow us to go in and get anything. So, but that's my story. That's the backstory. That's the forward story, whatever you want to call it. It was an experience, I gotta tell you, an experience. I can't explain why I wasn't able to even touch my recording equipment. These cameras, for at least for 2 months, I haven't touched them because I was just I didn't want to bring it back. It took me a while to bring it back to that day. You know, like I didn't want to relive it right away. I didn't want to see the footage yet. I didn't want to touch my recording equipment because in my mind it was like, I wouldn't say PTSD, but in my mind I was thinking like in a way that like, okay, this happened during the trip, and the trip was for recording, and it was just connected, all connected into one, and I couldn't even touch the recording equipment, and I wasn't able to create a video because my computer was, I didn't bring my laptop with me. My laptop was in the fire, and I wasn't able to get it. So I wasn't able to edit anything. I wasn't able to post anything for at least a month until I got another computer, and 2 months, whatever it was. It felt like 3 months. It felt like 6 months, you know. But that's the story. That's the fire story. That's the riding home story. I hope you like it. I hope I'm a good storyteller. Yeah, it was an experience that I want to go back to the tale. And I know I'm going to go back. It might be hard going back. And even now, I kind of have this, like I said, that PTSD about leaving on far trips, going away. I don't know if I could do it right now without thinking about what happened. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be on the back of my mind now. Whenever I leave on a big trip, it's always going to be like, hey, you know what? The fire happened when you left the last time, you know? Thank you. If you watched my videos, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us during the fire. I'm very grateful. You know, like I said, we're rebuilding. We're trying to get back to life. We're trying to get back. We'll move past it. I know it. You know, I'll be back. I'll be back to slay the dragon, damn it. I'll be back.